Albert Hall.
Pervis Evans, what's up, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to
Good.
see you again.
Yes, sir. You as well. You as well.
What's been going on?
Dude, life has just it's been great, man. I'm in
Yeah.
a good season, and I've been watching God just do some amazing things in my family and in my church and all of that. And it's going good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of life,
Yeah.
you know, talking about gospel music, what about gospel music brings life to you?
Man, I can truly say that gospel music has been a part of who I am for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was no strange thing to walk in the house and there's music playing. And we weren't allowed to listen to secular music growing up. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't matter what it was. We were not allowed to listen to secular music. So Saturday mornings, hey, that was a big deal. Saturday mornings we would be asleep, but all of a sudden the record would start playing, and we knew it was time to get up and get chores done. Like you could be sweeping along to Shirley Caesar,
Yep.
But gospel music has been a part of who I am since for as long as I can remember. How about for you?
Same thing. Same thing. I
Yeah.
think we might have grown up in the same
All right.
household. It sounds like no. But definitely, yeah, gospel music is something that we grew up in church. And at that time, we didn't have a choice. It was like, you're going to sing in the choir.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to
Oh, yeah.
give an Easter speech. You're going to
yeah.
do something, to give praises to God. And we didn't understand what we were singing. I remember singing songs like Jesus be a fence all
Oh, yeah.
around me
Come on, come
every
on.
day.
Come on.
Need you to protect me as I travel
Yes, sir.
along this way, and so on. We didn't know what we were singing,
Yeah.
but as I grew up, I started to identify with
Absolutely.
the lyrics of those songs, and it got inside my heart and in my
Absolutely.
spirit and changed my life.
Man, and it's funny you say that, we didn't have a choice. We didn't know. We didn't understand. I remember when, people have asked me, how did I get started, singing and playing the piano and stuff. I remember, my family, my uncle and aunt, they had this big piano in the living room, and I would go in there and I'd play on it, just learning. I taught myself how to play the piano, but every now and again I would learn a song that we sang at church. Well, I soon learned that it was a mistake to tell my mom that I learned the song, because the next Sunday I'll be playing it in front of the church.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I got started. I remember learning how to play "Pass Me Not" for the first time, and I played this song, and she said, "Oh, that was so great!" And Sunday morning, she raises her hand. Albert wants to lead us in "Pass Me Not" this morning.
Albert wants to lead
Wants
us.
to lead us.
Okay.
Albert wants to lead us. So that is really how I even got started with gospel music. And since then, I feel like it has really shaped and molded, who I am. Even a huge part of me is because of gospel music.
Yeah.
So if I could ask, like, who were some of your influences from gospel music?
Yeah, Andre Crouch.
Oh, come on.
For sure. We recently celebrated the life of Richard Smallwood.
Yeah.
Just a talented musician, singer, songwriter. The Clark sisters.
Staple.
Just so many others.
Yeah.
I would be here forever if I named them all. But I love music anyway.
Yeah.
So I enjoy jazz and various types of music.
Yes, sir.
But it's something about gospel music. And within it, there's so many different styles.
Yes.
So you do have gospel rap, and you have gospel
Right.
jazz, and you have different beats and rhythms, and the way that music has changed over time, but still having that message of hope and life, I think is amazing. So within the genre, there's just so many different styles that we can
Yes.
relate with. That message stays the same.
Amen. And it's funny and cool that you say that as well. This past week, I had the opportunity to go to New York, and in New York, man, you can find whatever you want. And we went to a church there, and it started out as a black church, and so, but when I went in, I mean, it was people from every race, seated. Next to us was a family from Spain, that had come in to visit. Went upstairs, there's a big group from France that was there. I mean, it was just the people from all over the place that have just been impacted, not just by gospel music, but the word gospel. and which the gospel we understand is the good news. And I believe, man, so wholeheartedly that within the music, there's so much good news within gospel music that it naturally draws people together. I've yet to find one person that doesn't like music.
Right.
Music is something that unites, man, everybody on every front. It doesn't matter what the style is that you listen to or whatever, but there's something about music that draws people in. And same thing with gospel music. It just does something to me. When I hear one of the throwbacks, the God me, oh, thou great Jehovah, man, that it just does something to me, But it's I can have that, but then I could also go to the Waymaker, miracle worker. You know what I mean? It does something to the soul. So, man.
And when you think about songwriters like Horatio Spafford and Thomas A. Dorsey, who Horatio Spafford wrote the lyrics to It As Well, and Thomas Dorsey wrote Precious Lord, Take My Hand, and the gentleman that wrote What a Friend We Have in Jesus, Joseph. Think about these different songwriters. Those songs were birthed out of suffering, out of grief, out of tragic events. And God used music to heal their hearts.
Yes.
And those are such famous songs because they have the ability to connect people.
Yes.
People can relate to gospel music because it speaks to our humanity.
Amen.
We've all experienced some type of loss or suffering, but it tells us that in the midst of it, there is a God who cares about you that's bigger than your problem, bigger than your situation. It connects us to a purpose, a God, and a community much bigger than we are as individuals.
And it just brings about a message of hope, because in the midst of tragedy, when Horatio Spafford wrote, especially, it is well with my soul, whatever my lot, you have taught me to say, it is well with my soul. And that just speaks so much about the hope that we have. And even in our lives right now, that there's so much going on in our world right now. But there's always, we can't lose hope. We can't lose hope of the things that are to come. Right now, we may be filled with a lot of sorrow and heartache and pain, and there's so much bitterness going on in our world. But there's the glimmer of hope is that one day, and I don't know if Mahalia Jackson saying, soon I will be done with the troubles of the world. That one day, all these troubles, it's going to end. It's going to be over. And we get to stand before the one that really matters, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. We get to stand face to face with him, and it will be well with our souls. It'll be well with our souls. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you think that's one reason God in his supreme order, in his wisdom, gave us a tool like music?
Absolutely. Because there is, and he said in the word that in this life you will have trouble. We're going to face troubles of all kinds, but thanks be to God who knows exactly what we need. Have you ever been going through anything and you'll all of a sudden a song will come to your memory, it'll come to your mind because you remember in that moment those lyrics meant something to you, and those lyrics of Precious Lord meant something to you. And so we can pull those things back out in those moments that we need them, that we need to hear. And songs like even I Need Thee every hour, that there are days and moments where life is hard. Life is hard. And we say the statement, life is lifing. Life be lifing sometimes, and it does. And we can cry out, I need thee. Oh, I need thee every hour. So this gospel music has just been such a huge staple and just, man, so great, so great.
Man, I always love talking with you. Enjoy.
Yeah, same here. God bless, man. It's good to catch up. Good to
Likewise.
catch up.
Is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. the splendor